All right. Shalom. I want to start out by giving our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles for teaching us this truth. Blessings to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners. Okay. Peace and blessings unto the elect that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Karab from the GMS Memphis Camp. All right. Coming with a beautiful lesson through the spirit and power once again of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is who y'all eagerly call God, and Yahweh Shai is who you eagerly call Jesus Christ, and by Hashem means in the name. Let's break it down in Hebrew tongue. True names of the Heavenly Father and His Son. What we're going to do is, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, man, I'm looking up naturalnews.com. If you go to naturalnews.com, you could do a lesson on anything, man. They got so much news on there that's behind the scenes. It's not even on Front Street in America, man. You know, that's not even on your natural, your local news, your Fox 13s, Fox 14s, CNN. These news get a little bit deeper when you're dealing with the naturalnews.com. And I was looking on there and I ended up running into this article. This the first thing I saw through the spirit was Death of the American City. 9 trends you need to know. Said death of the American city. And we all know that aka America, according to the scriptures, Babylon, aka Egypt, aka Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? All these code names, which ultimately these names has a spirit behind them. And the spirit of Babylon is confusion. The spirit of Sodom and Gomorrah is ultimately lusting, perverseness, ultimately abomination, filth, right? Man on man, woman on woman, working there unseemly, right? That's not natural. You see? Sodomy. But then you got what? Egypt. Bondage. Right? Hardcore labor. And guess what, man? Hey, hey, it's time for this place to be brought down, man. It's too many articles, it's too many rumors of wars and persecutions on this place, man. Hey, this place is marked for judgment. America got too much blood on his hands. The slaying of the Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and Indians, hey, it's not going to go unpunished, E. All right? E is who the word, who E is you so-called white people, man. You want this in the ruler seat. Hey, you're not going to go unpunished for slaying these Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, and Indians. You're going to be brought up for judgment. And guess what? You're going to be broken down inside out, starting with, your habitation. You see? Your kingdom is about to be overthrown, E. And they got it all in articles. They even got it, most importantly, in the scriptures, which is more dangerous. Because guess what? Your judgment is ultimately being read upon, and also is being read unto you. Your sentence, you getting the hearing, man. We finna hit the hammer on the thing, man. And hey, we finna sentence you your judgment, ultimately. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the article. Lord willing, you be edified. Natural news: the age of American city is rapidly coming to an end, with commercial real estate increasing abandon. And with retailers closing up shop and fleeing Democrat-run cities, the utility of the city itself is rapidly vanished. Right? There ain't gonna be nowhere to lay your head. It's not gonna be nowhere to ride your track hawk or your Hellcat all through the city. You're not gonna live that American dream, man, with your stunner shades on. Hey, it's over with, man. Evil times are coming. See? A lot of people, they living in the days of Noah. Right? Which, let me get this precept first, then I'm going to get that Noah junk. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. But see, you people think that the Lord loves the world. See, that's why you go to John 3 and 16. Because you feel like that's just what it is. The Lord just loves this world. No, he doesn't. He hates this world. Y'all don't, what it say, the pride of life, the lust of the eyes is of the world. And it's not of the Most High, but it is of the world. And it is. You people moving off your own imaginations and vain thoughts. You people think that what you're doing is okay. Let's say there's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end of are the ways of death. So you people don't consider what you do. You just do it because it's just, you feel like you just here. No, man. If you are a Negro, Latino, Native American, and Indian, you have a purpose. Your purpose is to fear Yahweh Shabbat Shah and keep the commandments. If you are Arab, a red dot head Indian, if you are Edomite, if you are Hamite, and if you most definitely, matter of fact, I'm going to separate Edom from that category because they have a special judgment coming unto them. But if you are African, right, Ishmaelite, Arabs, if you are a Chinese, a Japanese, okay, your lot is to serve the nation of Israel. And you're gonna serve us. You're gonna come under us, man. We're gonna rule over you in the kingdom when our new kingdom be established on earth, right? When New Jerusalem come down from heaven on those chariots, which I usually call UFOs. Hey, our kingdom is gonna be planet, man. And Yahweh Shai is gonna be that tree, right? That branch. And we're going to rule you nations once again with a rod of iron, that rod of correction. Now, if you are Edomite, hey, your end is ultimately slavery and destruction. You so-called white people, man, hey, we're going to do unto you as you did unto us, without mercy. And you still slaving us. More of a mental thing now. But guess what, man? Hey, hard times are coming, man. It's time for your end, the end of your world and the beginning of ours. The end of Esau and the beginning of Jacob. The Lord put him down one, set him up another. He's going to set up one that's profitable, man. Your kingdom is not profitable. We're reading an article about how unprofitable and unreliable your kingdom is. It's about to fall, man. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and their destruction drive nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see? One people should stand up and fight against another. Hey, it's going to get real vicious out here, man. So is the king, so are the people. See, these people, they backstabbers unto each other. You have that when you be at jobs. People be trying to race for manager positions. Here it is, you can tell Jake, man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm thinking about that manager position. And Jake could be like, man, I don't care about that. Then next thing, man, Jake, he jumping into that position, man. You know? I ain't know you wanted it, you know? Or it's some nigger shit, man. You know, excuse my French. Some nigger behavior, man. Crabs in the bucket behavior. That's what America is, man. Here it is. You try to, do your thing and make sure everybody's straight. And then you got people, man, with knives in the back of their hands, man, on their backs, touching you, telling you that, hey, you my brother. You my friend, my bestie. Whatever these people like to call themselves, man. You my dog, but meanwhile you stabbing me in the back, man. And that's just on a little level, dealing with jobs or corporations or anything, right? Hey, how much more when that time comes when you don't have a single thing to eat, you don't have a place to lay your head. Basically, you out of your comfort zone. People lose it. These people are about to be beastly. When that parable talks about it as a lion flee, as you flee from a lion and you bear meet him and you put your hand on the wall and the serpent bites you. Hey, that's mostly that's dealing with animals, but that's also dealing with judgment being on all sides, man. See, these people is going to be, man, suffocating you, man. Hey, when you go into the beginning of Black Summer and how it started off, Lord, when I could do a lesson on that, man, it was like, it gave a lot of point of views on the characters, on what they was going through when things popped out. And it was like everybody was looking suspenseful, shocked, perplexed. The pressure was on, pressure buzz pipes. And people that was next door neighbors to others was robbing them, holding them at gunpoint. Here it is, you wave at your neighbor every day, and you never thought once that your neighbor would cross you or held you at gunpoint over some canned goods in your house, man. That's why you got to give our praises to the Lord, because ultimately, man, the Lord is going to be the one that's going to protect us. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. You got to acknowledge him and his son. You can't forget that. Yahweh Shai, this is his movie. He's the director. Therefore, he's going to deliver us out of this hellhole. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and their destruction drive nigh. One people should stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions should stand in their power. That's scary, man, because we all know that the mindset and the mental of individuals is desperately wicked. Here it is, man. The Lord called us out of darkness into this marvelous light. Here it is. We was in the world, man. Could have been dwelling, brothers was all in everything, bro. But guess what? We got called into the marvelous light. Therefore, we cherish this thing and we hold on to it. But how much more of those that don't have the marvelous light? You see? Every thought in the mind of man is miserable, man. Therefore, they would consider only evil. That's all they have left. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 17. Man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be destroyed. Shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. See, you big tough guys, they go work out and do your thing, man. Hey, y'all not ready, man. Said a mighty man shall cry their bidding. Men's heart filleth them with fear. See, you people not ready, man. Horrible judgment is coming unto America. 2 Ezra 15 and 19. And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. He's not going to have mercy upon you. He's not going to think twice. But shall destroy their houses with the sword, spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Yeah, man. Your house that you just painted, that you just remodeled, you put new floors, new bathrooms, you just put refrigerator, you're putting food in the refrigerator right now. Hey, your place is going to be ravished and destroyed, man. You see, it's only going to get evil. This is Jeremiah 11. I'm going to start at 1 to get to the context of whose trouble is on the way. Because ultimately, we know America is about to get destroyed. But who's going to go through all this as well, too? It's called Jacob's trouble. And you Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians are about to go through hardcore labor. Right? You're going to labor for your food. You're going to go back to that natural living, that austere, to high testosterone. Testosterone. I'm saying it wrong. Tongue twister for me. It's a locker. But you're gonna, you're gonna go through that hardcore natural use of living, man. You're not gonna get that gimme no more. It's not gonna be I need my money now spirit. It ain't gonna be no fast pace for you people, man. You're gonna have to work for everything. And you're gonna have to pray. You're gonna have to give our praises to the Lord. Ultimately, Yahweh Shem Shah. But guess what? If you don't know the names, hey, where you going? Hey, you ain't getting nowhere. This is Jeremiah 11. Testosterone. This is Jeremiah 11 and 2. Hear ye the words of this covenant and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Now let's jump down to verse 11. Testosterone. That's what it's called, testosterone. It's like it. Jeremiah 11 and 11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they should not be able to escape. Though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. You see? The Lord says he's going to bring a great evil upon them. In that movie, Us, right? Which ultimately it was a movie, talking about the cloning and everything. And yes, Esau has those type of technologies, But ultimately, man, just the key word, us, And that real, when you real deal with that us, it's ultimately dealing with you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians, because Jacob's trouble is only pertaining to you. You see, you're going to have to go through all this. When America falls, guess what? You Negroes, you 2/3 of our Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians, 2/3 of our wicked people is going to be a part of the destruction and the downfall of America, because that's what they put their trust in. They don't have the mindset. They're not prepared to lose nothing, because ultimately they living like Edomites, living like heathens. Our people. Jeremiah 11 and 12. Then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods unto whom they offer incense. But they shall not save them at all in the time of trouble. Right. You're not going to be protected. Because that money system, all that you worshiping is ultimately going to backfire for you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians. You heavy in idolatry. Our people are heavy idolatry worshipers, man. You see? This is Jeremiah 15:2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then shalt thou tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are death to death, such as are sword to sword, such as are famine to famine, and such as are captivity to captivity. Ultimately, man, go straight to judgment, man. You know? Basically, in America language, go straight to hell. You know? Because a lot of you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians, you put your trust in this devil. You put your trust in this serpent. Therefore, you think you're going to be delivered? This is Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bird met him, and went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? Hey, it's going to be worse than the time of Egypt, man. You see? That means darkness, during the time of Egypt, it was so dark, even when they lit a candle, you still couldn't see nothing. To the point that darkness would still put the candle back out. Hey, it was so dark, man. It wasn't no joke. Darkness covered, right? You couldn't see nothing. You could only just hear things, creeping things at that. Footsteps, whistlings, movements. You didn't know what was going on. But guess what? That's gonna be the Lord's judgment. You people is not gonna see the Lord's judgment coming, man, because ultimately you focus on your imaginations and your weakness, right? Keyword: you try to make your happiness. Meanwhile, you're not even reverencing or acknowledging Yahweh Shema Rashai, who the word eagerly called God and Jesus Christ. How can you live in the world and not give reverence and respect to the power that created you? You in his creation, and yet you give him no reverence. And you think you're not supposed to be judged? This is Isaiah 42:14. It said, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman, and I will destroy and devour at once. Ultimately, that's going into, World War III. You know how the Lord's going to, send those nuclear missiles, that nuclear destruction unto America, right? Because America's going to ultimately destroy itself. You see? Proof of that? Let's get a precept. This is Luke 12:49. I am come to send fire on earth. Right. Heavy judgment. And ultimately, don't I see him be nuclear missiles. But it said, what would I if it already be kindled? Ultimately, the fire is going to, you people are going to burn this place inside out. You're going to destroy your own selves before the Lord ultimately come with the missiles, which is the finishing touch, right? Which is the icing on the cake. And, hey, there you go. It's done. Nuclear hot lava. It's going to be set in the midst of this place, man. 200 million missiles. That's real. That's going to happen. Let's go back to the article, Death of America City, 9 trends you need to know. This is natural news. Importantly, in today's broadcast, I predict we will see American refugees fleeing these cities as critical infrastructures collapse. Those refugees will flee into the suburbs and rural areas, seeking food and shelter, naturally being that they grow up in crime infested. Right, because Jacob, these people are already criminals. These people already have a murderous mindset, like that song YM Melly. I got murder on my mind. That was a #1 hit when that song dropped. You know, everybody liked that song, and that's the mindset of these people. Everybody got murder on their mind. They ready to kill and slay, basically purge. That's one of the top box-selling movies. Is ultimately the Purge movies. Democrat-run cities and these mobs of refugees will engage in mass theft and violence to get what they want. It's already showing you during the time of, George Floyd, any parade, any event or any marching happens. Hey, Jake looting, man. Jake already stealing cars, breaking into car windows, snatching people's cars and riding off in them and robbing people's houses. And hey, it's gonna get real worse out here, man. You people know nothing but what? Evil. Right? This is Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge, right? Because they are reprobates. They are void of understanding. True meaning of a reprobate. We gonna get it. This is Jeremiah 6:30. It said, reprobate silver, right? Shall men call them, because the Lord have rejected them. And when the Lord rejects you, man, hey, you might as well, hey, that's, you hey, at this point, death need to be around the corner for you. Because you got no protection, no hedge. You're not even going to be level-headed when that evil day approaches. You're going to be just like the rest of everybody through, man. And I'm mainly speaking to you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Indians, because this word is for you. This protection, these basic instructions before leaving Earth, Bible, right? It's for you. And yet you run away from it, like it ain't got nothing to do with you. All right, this is reprobate, the New Oxford American Dictionary, an unprincipled person, often used harmoniously or affectionately. In Calvinism, a sinner who is not of the elect and is predestined to damnation. A sinner who is not of the elect and is predestined to damnation. So not only if you're the elect, you're also predestined to damnation. And this is the damnation that's coming upon America. See, it's talking about sedition among men, basically. America is going to fall. You living your life like you only live once, but you got a chance to live, because that judgment that's about to come is not going to be an easy judgment for you. You're not going to go out by sleep. You're not going to go out peacefully, right? You're going to go out you're gonna go out, man. I'm talking about you're gonna go out bad. You're gonna go out sad, man. You're not gonna go out by peace. You're gonna go out sad. You're gonna die a miserable death. It said they would raid towns, right? They will raid towns, pillaging and destroying as they go. Any small town or city that doesn't defend itself will find its city's murderers murdered and its property savaged. And ultimately, hey, them gun laws. Esau already letting our people carry weapons. You see, that's why I say sword for the sword. What I read in Jeremiah. That sword twofold. Esau, Edom being that sword. But also, guess what? The guns, man. The weaponry. The Glock 9s, the AKs, all those. Esau and his weapons. Hey, it's just going to go chaotic. Snipers on the roof. Hey, it's not going to get easy for people, man. It's going to get worse. It say this is the desperation that's coming for America. And the early signs of this process are already apparent. In today's Britain broadcast news, I covered the following 9 trends that indicate the collapse of America's cities. Collapse of commercial real estate. That's one. Retailers fleeing the city, including grocery stores and eventually banks. Right. Money and food is gonna be hey, it's gonna be that's gonna disappear, man. It's unreliable anyway. Plunging property taxes and sale taxes, doom looped. Right. Houses, man, apartments high now. Here it is, they don't even remodel the old apartments. They just raise your rent up. How they work? You're paying for something that's trash anyway, so you're gonna lose everything. You're paying high money. People get a car with 30,000 miles, but your note 1,000, like $900 a month. Like, man, they don't what? You see, it's time for America to get removed, man. It's time for this place to go. Collapsing cities, infrastructure, water, power, emergency services, roads. No funding for police, collapse of rule of law. And them be the biggest prideful men. They walk around like they just got it, and they only in it for the money. But guess what, man? Hey, a badge ain't gonna matter in that day. You're gonna be raided too. You first responders. Skyrocketing violence, murder, mayhem, mass migration, refugees into the suburbs and rural areas, rural real estate was spiked. Slow at first, then a sudden panic. Made me think of this precept, man. They said that word sudden. Right? This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right. You're not going to be able to escape the harsh judgment that's coming upon America. It said, the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth, and her hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore their sins have reached unto heaven. And guess what? The Lord is going to remove it from off the face of the earth. That's ultimately the end game for America. Right? Back in the list, it say climate lockdowns. Woo! Another lockdown. Y'all remember, right? The first lockdown. But these lockdowns gonna be, and once it locked down, it's not gonna let back up again. Easy for globalists to enforce the enslaved masses in the cities. Easy roundups for the quarantine camps to achieve global extermination and depopulation, starting with the city population that failed to flee. Right. So it's gonna be so bad, you're gonna want to leave the house. People gonna have a desire to leave the house. Yeah, some people leaving the house, but the judgment was like light. But guess what? When that time coming, you plan on thinking you about to leave your house, hey, it's gonna be a fight. Those quarantine martial law troops, they're not gonna be American soldiers, man. They're gonna be Russians. They're gonna be Chinese. They're gonna be out of state, overseas soldiers that's not gonna speak none of your languages, and they're gonna just start bashing you people in the head. You're not gonna be like, I know my rights. They're gonna show you how much of rights you never had in America, man. You see? Let me just read this one little verse, man, because at this point, everything is on point, man. It's time to believe in Yahweh Shema Shai, because things that the Bible speaks of is about to happen, man. It's time to stop playing around and start believing. You Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man, you have a power. You have a safe haven. You have a refuge. You keep acting like you don't have a refuge. That refuge is going to leave you hanging, man. Here it is, somebody that's trying to help you got their hand extended, and you keep questioning their trust. But here it is, the white man, like I say, white man asks you to sing, you sing all day, man. You do whatever he say, you know. He tell you lock it down. He tell you go get tissue, hand sanitizer. You go get that. But here it is, man. He tell you to ultimately, you know, here it is, you know, we tell you to fear the Lord and keep the commandments. That way you will be delivered. Then you yawn on that, man. You find that's not even important to you, right? This is Ezekiel 7:5. Thus saith the Lord, power and evil, the only evil, behold, is come. An end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. You see? The end is come, man. It watching for thee. You see? An end is come. The end is come. It watching for thee. Behold, it is come, man. Hey, man, we're coming into some hard times, man. You see? The sword is being sharpened. The Lord's judgment is cooking up, and it's about to be. Hey, the Lord's about to turn. It's about to turn up that heat. That's all that I have. I'm gonna give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakudash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles for teaching us this truth, and blessed to the brothers who push the word throughout the four corners. My brother Karab, man, once again, hey man, hey, shalom.